another thing that we're implementing that's different, it's new, it hasn't been done anywhere, and I felt it was necessary, was the professional section in our platform. And it could mean a lot of things. In this case, what it means is that there's going to be pros that play heads-up matches, and all of us are going to get to see the teams that they picked before the contest runs. Usually you can't see the teams of anybody, and you just pick your own team, which is fine. But the problem arises when there's sports that you are not that familiar with, right? I know NFL, so I jump in there. I'm in there playing, but I wanted to play NHL. NBA. I know, and MLB I'll know, but NHL I was like, whoa. And we're all a little weary about that. Like, oh man, I don't want to make a fool out of myself with all these players that I'll pick. And so it might, it limits a little bit of the action. So I said, you know what, we need somebody, where we put up 2 heavyweights, and then these heavyweights pick their teams, and you can see their teams. And then you just pick one. You say, you know what? I want this guy. I want this other guy. So then the action builds on both sides. And it has to match up. So if there's 100 guys that want to bet on one side and only 50 guys cover the other side, only 50 contests will go through. And that goes back to, we're not going to bank anything. We don't cover any bet. So if it's not covered by the public, it doesn't fly. So that's going to be fun, because then people that are not that familiar or don't want to take the time, right? So you just go in there, like with the World Cup, you're going to see all these fantasy teams. You'll just be like, oh, this one sounds good. This guy's, been winning a lot. Kind of like esports, right? You bet on the guy that actually built the team. So it's going to create a lot more action. I think that's going to be a very nice addition to our fantasy platform. It fits in the legal framework, because essentially you're building that team exactly, and then you're just going to be matched up. Again, we don't bank any of that. So I'm really excited about the pro versus pro section, because it's going to open up, because, people that like to bet on stuff just want to bet on stuff, make it easy, A or B, right? So we're going to come in with the A or B solution, and certainly with the sports, with the online sports that we had, these games that we had basically sitting there in cold storage, we pulled them out, we're incorporating them. I know Casper is going to be putting in a lot of screens into this video, is going to edit it and maybe shorten it up. I've seen those old ones, and I'm like, oh my God, how could I have gone an hour? So I'm trying to get everything through, but at the end of the day, there's just so much to talk about, right? And it keeps piling up. So the pro versus pro section, we want to do it in all the sports, not just in the World Cup, not just in any of the other sports, but anyone, even in the coin game and in the NFL. So we're going to put up, you'll see a couple of heavyweights. You'll see maybe 5 contests from different, people that and I'm like, oh, this guy's got a good team. I'm going to go on this side. And then you can actually, but maybe if the entry is $10, you could be like, I want 10 entries. So you've got 10 entries, and now the other side has to attract those 10 entries, or else the action doesn't get matched. So I think that's going to be a very fun game, and it's going to increase the action a lot, because it's all about our daily betting rate, DVR, and that's the only number that matters.